Hello, my YouTube viewers. Moogle847 back again. And like I said earlier this month, I was going to go ahead and do more of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle franchise. So we're going to finish this whole thing off with the latest Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. Now, and yes, I will point out that I do realize in Britain they do call it Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles originally, but it's still Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'm sorry, but it's just part of their censorship thing. I don't know. Anyway, but the thing is, this movie gets a lot of flack, and I can understand why. Because one, these turtles are scary as hell looking. I'm sorry. Um, but this movie gets a lot of flack because Michael Bay got involved in this as a producer. And a lot of people thought, oh, he's the director. He's the director. No. No, the director is not appearing on the back of this. Oh, here we go. Now we got him. Okay, yeah. Just remember, the director on this was Jonathan Liebsman. And so, he did that. But when you get into it, let's see. Yeah, Paramount Pictures, Nickelodeon movies, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, but somewhere in here. Yeah. Produced by Michael Bay. He did not do this movie. He did not. I mean, he helped in the making of the movie, but he was about as influential as the guy that taps on your shoulder every once in a while and goes, hey, why don't you throw this in there just for the fun of it? Now, I'm not going to go up and be 100% defending this movie. It still has problems. One being Megan Fox playing April O'Neil, which she does okay with the material she's given, but I just don't see her as that great of an actress. I mean, she does all right. I mean, God, I can't even say I'm a great actor. Cause trust me, I've had like 2 high school plays in my belt, and just yeah, I'm not the greatest. But I do try for whatever I can. But you know, but like I said, I don't go to acting school. I don't do anything. I just am. But at least with this, she was there. Some of the decisions they have her make are just really stupid. I just, God, why? So you had that. Yeah, the design of the turtles, I liked the idea of them being huge. That was fine by me. Because then you gotta think, they're ninjas. They're giant ninjas. It's like you've got a mobile tank or you got a tank that is able to move quickly, throw its weight around, and do a lot of damage. That to me sounds very freaking nasty. And I like it. I really do like it. The turtles in this use their weapons a lot, which is good. And, everything in it is pretty interesting ideas. Script, though, could have used a little bit of tweaking. I agree with most reviewers that I've seen, though, when it comes to, like, some of the ideas like the Shredder. I'm not going to bash the fact that, yeah, he looks kind of crappy CG Transformers thing, but when you first saw him and he, like, pulls out a couple of his blades and he just does an extra flick and there's, like, about 5 more and you're like, okay, that's, pretty nasty. I'm not gonna lie, that kind of intimidated me a little bit, but they kind of play it out as if, especially when you get to Splinter and, oh god, Splinter. I mean, as bad as the Turtles CG can look, and I say can, doesn't mean it always looks great, but as bad as it can look, when you got to seeing Splinter for the first time, I looked at that and went, wow, that could have used another month of work. I mean, this, I mean, is I mean, it's almost as bad as when you go back after watching The Hobbit. Watching The Hobbit: An Unexpected Journey. And seeing how good Gollum looks in that, and then go back to watching was it, the Two Towers. The original Lord of the Rings Two Towers. And seeing that Gollum with his hair wanting to sit about this far over his shoulder, yeah, it's as bad as that can be. This is even more laughable. I mean, he looks like crap, just complete crap. I'm sorry, but now when they actually having him fighting, um, he's pretty freaking awesome. I liked the concept of him like up there fighting like two or three guys, where like two of the guys he jumps on, he's beating him like this, and then his tail has somebody, he's bashing him into the ground. And you're like, okay, that's really awesome. I love it. But just his design was just they dropped the ball badly on that one. I mean, you got Will Arnett in there as Vernon, and he's there for the comic relief and to help us once again reestablish Megan Fox is hot. Here's a butt shot. And I also feel bad because it just feels like a middle-aged man trying to hit on like a 20-year-old. Yeah, I'm just not feeling that. That's just painful. Um, and like I said, Shredder's in this, and which is great because it's Turtles, so you gotta have Shredder. But my problem is they just, unlike the previous stories, you don't feel a connection. Like, the reason why most of the series and like some of the cartoons and stuff worked was the fact they made it so it was Splinter was a human, he got mutated into a rat, and because the turtles had made contact with him, they turned into humanoid creature or reptiles. That's fine. And Splinter teaching the martial arts is awesome. Because he used to be a sensei in the series. Here, they were like, yeah, they were just a rat and some turtles, and the turtles were always doing stupid stuff, and eventually, um, sensei finds a book that's written in Japanese, and apparently he taught himself how to read it. No. 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 Um, but he teaches them all about it, and I love the fact that he even keeps using Japanese words like the hashi, or this is April O'Neil is the hagu, or the was it the tagusa or hagusa or whatever. And it's like, what? How does he know this? I mean, maybe when Donatello starts putting together his little TV system or whatever, and they find like some way to do internet, maybe then he's like, okay, let me look back through this crap. Oh, this needs this and this. Oh, hey guys, I've been doing this wrong. This is how it's supposed to be done. That'd be one thing. At least give us like some kind of explanation other than he looks at a few pictures like, oh, I am a master. No, you're not. But the other thing is that in the old series, since Splinter used to be Hamato Yoshi, and his rival was a guy named Oroku Saki, and the Oroku Saki becomes the Shredder. You actually have a reason. Shredder wants to get back at Saki because he was the leader of their dojo. Even the latest series, the latest Turtles series on Nickelodeon, absolutely perfect. There are still a few things I don't like here and there, but the fact they keep doing callbacks to the original cartoons and even like some stuff from the original movies, awesome. I love it. And just the fact that they made it so that you get to see Saki and Yoshi up there fighting and understand their conflict over this one woman. And it's like, dude, even the original, or even the original movie, the original live action movie got that idea. I mean, granted, yeah, there was, you know, they had it so that Splinter was still a rat that ended up mutating into a tall rat and whatever. But even when he goes up and he shows himself, he's like, "Oh yeah, Oroku Saki, I know all about you." And Saki pulls the mask off and realizes this is the rat that screwed up his face. And it's like, dude, that actually gives you a connection. Because Shredder, I mean, he wears that mask and everything else, kind of gives him a little bit of an edge. Yeah, it works. Here, they just do this whole thing where, like, Shredder's like, "Oh, I found you at last. Oh, I'm gonna get you," and you're like, "I'm just not feeling the motivation, guys. Really not." Now, the other thing that was supposed to happen originally, they were supposed to have the character Eric Sachs played by oh, what's the guy's name? By the way, guys, when we do DVDs or Blu-rays, can we stop with the freaking narrow as hell font? I can barely read who the hell did this. Jesus. I'm trying to find who it is. Let's see. Nope. Doesn't even. Really doesn't even give the actors. Doesn't even have the actors. What the shit? Doesn't even list Megan Fox. Nope, there's she. Nope, that's not her. Yeah, you can't even read this crap. You can't even see it. It's whatever. But the bad guy there, the one bad guy there, originally he was supposed to be Shredder, and I almost, actually I changed my mind. Instead of them having the Asian guy that showed up, have him be the true Shredder, because we are now getting a sequel, and with this sequel, if they had still kept that one guy as Shredder, have it be he's got his own Shredder suit and everything, or his own outfit and everything, but then have the Shredder that shows up wanting to avenge his death, or avenge that guy's death, because this guy was supposed to be his top student, and suddenly he gets taken down by four turtles, and he's like, okay, you know what? My best student ended up losing. His Foot Clan are a joke. I am going to take matters into my own hands. That to me would have been a much stronger movie tie-in. But nope, they're like, yeah, we got to throw in an Asian guy because everyone was kind of pissed that we didn't have him in there. Yeah, just not feeling that. And even have it so like maybe, I don't know. I don't know how you could actually make it so it completely works. Now, the other thing that I find funny is that this movie is. I mean, it's got some fun moments, but it almost feels like it's devoid of fun. Except for one scene, and it's the scene where they're all in an or where they got the four turtles in an elevator. And they're just hearing a little boom, boom, boom as they're going up the floors. And then Mikey just starts going up and just clicking his little nunchucks together, and and just they start doing a full on a full on beatbox rap right there in the middle of it, and you're like, okay, that's just really cool. Right there, I went, okay, these characters went from you got the mean guy, the nerdy guy, the surfer guy, and the voiced by voiced by the guy from Jackass guy, who's supposed to be the leader, and suddenly they go from we got all these little bits to ourselves, all of these little bits to our personality, to hey, we're actually brothers. We care about each other. One brother starts this up, and we're like, screw it, we're going into a battle. Let's just do this. Let's just get ourselves psyched up and just do a little. And it's like, dude, that is awesome. That is fantastic. But some of the other stuff they threw in, like the meme about the whole cat video thing. I watched that and I'm like, why? Why did you do that? I mean, at least you could have at least done like Nyan Cat or something more enjoyable. No, it's a cat playing chopsticks with the chopsticks, man. Yeah, that was cute about 10 years ago when YouTube first started. Not as much now. Oh my god. But yeah, like I said, this movie though, I mean, I watched it. I had fun watching it. And to go up and say this movie is complete shit, no. I mean, it's got some redeeming points to it. It really does. But some of the motivations are very unclear and all that, and that's due to the rewrites they did. And I almost get the feeling like what they did was they just threw this in there and were like, yeah, let's try to make it as different from the TV show that's currently airing and try to do what we can to make this feel very fun and just get a Turtles movie out there. And they got Michael Bay in on the action to help out, and you could tell some of his, I mean, some of his fingerprints are still on it, but oh, excuse me, as I said, he did not direct it, so I will give him the pass on that one. He is not really affiliated with this. I mean, well, he's affiliated enough, but I mean, he's just shove him out of the way. He is not there. Shove him out of the way. This is all what the director did, and the fact that when they listened to the reshoots, that's what happened. Now, I am glad that they did change the whole thing. They were going to originally make them aliens. I'm glad they dropped that idea. But this just no. I'm sorry, no. It's too just not good enough. I'm sorry. But, you know, that's just me on this whole matter. So, there you go. Anyway, guys, that's really all I've got to say on this. I mean, it's like I said, it can still be a fun movie, but it's one of those deals. Go check it out at least. I know a lot of you guys on my forum or on my comments have been wanting me to do like set of ratings. Really, problem I got with the ratings, the rating a movie, it's really hard to kind of come up with a good system for it. Um, so if I'm gonna do anything like that, may just go with the school grading scale because, or like the school system grading scale. So A plus through F. If it's that much better, it can get the extra pluses. But the deal is that it's really hard to go up and just do like a number system because then you got to figure out like, oh, well, what do the numbers mean compared to this? And it's it's not really a percentile. It's more of like, yeah, did okay, did all right, whatever. So I guess if I was to give this thing a review, or give it a rating, I'd say like maybe like a D plus, maybe, where it's not exactly a complete fail, or it's not a complete fail. And trust me, I've got a few movies that would make D minus and F just fine. This was nowhere near those. So, believe me, it's there, but at least they kept enough of the material, made it feel right, and yeah. But definitely looking forward to the next movie though, because that next movie is looking like they brought the '80s nostalgia into the modern day, and then added to it. I mean, it looks like we're getting the true Shredder. And yes, I've even seen the toys where he's got the full suit with a mask on. They just haven't showed him with the mask on. Probably just to go up and do that as a good reveal. Just have him show up with a full mask on, and then he removes the helmet, and there you go. But we're supposed to have that. We're supposed to have Bebop and Rocksteady. We got Baxter Stockman. We're even going to have what looks like Krang. So, oh, and Stephen Amell is Casey Jones, and I am a huge Arrow fan, guys. I love Arrow. It's a great show. Also love The Flash as well. That's probably a little better, but or probably better than Arrow, but at least both are still fun. Both are still really good. Arrow tries to be more serious, where Flash ends up being the more comedic, but that's our reviews for other times. No. But like I said, for this though, Turtles is harmless. I say D plus. It could have been a C minus if they had some better pacing maybe, and also leave Eric Sachs as the bad guy or whatever that guy's name is. Leave him as the bad guy. Don't just bring in random Asian number three. All right, that just doesn't work. I'm sorry. Um, and don't get me wrong, I'm not bad mouthing people for that. I mean, God, there was enough of that with the Ghost in the Shell deal there. Which, by the way, I'm okay with Scarlett Johansson as Kusanagi. That's fine. She's all right as the Major. I think she'll do all right. And I'll give my thoughts on that some other time. So, but anyway, guys, I've been on this too long. So hey, Moogle 847, I am out. Take care.